What is going on, guys? It's Matt here, and in today's video, more drama. But have we won? Well, yes, but no, but kinda. Let's talk about it. All right. So I just woke up a little bit ago. Discord's fucking blaring. People are talking. What happened? What did they do in the middle of the night, right? Which is probably like, you know, prime time for Korea, like in the afternoon and whatnot. In MapleSea, they raised the Sol Erda energy cap daily from 400 to 30,000. Okay, 30,000 essentially means 30 Sol Erda per day, and you can only hold 20 at a time. You can still get it though if you have the fragments, but this essentially creates the KMS problem of not having enough fragments to be able to do things unless you farm a lot. So, is this good? Yeah, this is great. I would still prefer them to just remove the cap. It's like, instead of there being a cap, like, I just want them to remove it. But this is essentially them removing the cap, right? Because we are no longer bottlenecked on energy that we can farm per day. We are bottlenecked on the amount of fragments that we can get, and that is obviously affected by the drop rate that we have. And then they updated the admin notes to say, in our efforts to enhance your 6-job journey in our new age patch, we introduced the concept of the daily quest and the daily cap limit to reduce the burden to grind heavily, and to help players to grow as fast as possible, even if you only play 30 minutes a day. So obviously, you know, catering to more casual players. But again, you're not casual if you play this game every day. However, we've come to realize that this decision may inadvertently impede the more hardcore players' progression and dampen their motivation to play, obviously. Understanding these concerns, we've adjusted the limits to give you the freedom to grind as much as you desire. Rest assured, the daily quest remains unchanged. Huge dub. Okay, so they basically made it unlimited, right? The booster is seemingly still there, which is still a little controversial. You know, it's still controversial, 100%, definitely. But with a seemingly like without the cap, you know, or seemingly no cap on the amount of Sol Erda you can grind per day, people are going to be more willing to buy this booster because they want to further their progression anyways, than if they were forced to buy it because you made this like stupidly low artificial cap to begin with, right? We are committed to continually improving our service for your gaming experience and appreciate your understanding. I'm so happy that, like, bro, huge dub, and just, you know, congratulations to everyone who said who said something against this, bro. Even fucking Deboki, bro, you got the nicest guy in the damn fucking community making a video about this because of how upset he is and how frustrating, you know, this is coming into the game, right? Even him, he made a video, right? So big shout out and huge dubs to everyone who made a video. We stand together, you know, we fought for what we believed is right, and we made a fucking change. Granted, this is for MapleSea. Congratulations to MapleSea on this huge dub, okay? And I'm sure that we are going to see this in GMS as well. We are currently still waiting for the Maple memo to come out from Nexon America. So as of the recording of this video, that Maple memo still has yet to come out. But like I mentioned in the beginning, right? So good job. Sorry. Good job, guys. Good job. We fucking did it. Right? However, in the beginning, I said, yeah, not really, kinda, right? Because the fight is still not over, right? As much as like Sol Erda was like the main thing, there's still a couple of things, right, that are kind of like on the subreddit right here, that have yet to be addressed. And I feel like if we're still, you know, gunning for something and we still have all of this support behind, we should still say something, okay? So while the 30k is nice and it's basically like no cap, Frenzy is still being fucked in reg server, right? In the patch notes, actually, they mentioned that Frenzy totems will apply to instance maps, but only if you have the Frenzy totem yourself. So Frenzy service is dead. I don't really know how they can they can change that, honestly, because, you know, you can't enter someone else's instance and when you leave it, it's not yours anymore, right? So like, I mean, I guess you could technically frenzy both instances, you know, like you can find like a way to do that, but that just also creates like a very weird dynamic. And seemingly like frenzy totem effect does disappear once you leave the map, right? And it should still function normally like outside of instance maps, right? So I really hope that's the case, and not what we discussed in the last video, right? That I talked about. But seemingly like frenzy service is dead for Grandis Plus. It is an issue. It definitely is an issue. As long as it's not being affected below that, you know, that's like 100, like really important. But I feel like if they're going to do this, well, by the way, this is apparently temporary, right? So, but KMS also made instancing temporary and then more permanent after. So that's also like to be seen whether or not that's going to be, you know, it's going to be temporary or not. But if this is temporary, okay, it's not as big of a deal. But if it's going to be more permanent, I feel like they should like reintroduce the sale of Frenzy Totem, right? Because if you don't own one, like you know, you just don't have it, you know, like you're gonna be behind other people. You're gonna be or like whales are gonna be even behind other whales because they can't purchase totems because there's only a finite amount, right? So Frenzy Totem is still boned. Familiars, you know, them just not being updated since the inception, since they revamped them, right? Sol Erda is still seemingly being untradeable in reg server, or fragments. I don't know if Sol Erda is supposed to be untradeable because that's for yourself, but I think they're talking about fragments, right? They're supposed to be tradable in reg server, so let's hope they are. Like when the game comes up, let's hope they are. But if they're not, that is a big issue. Fragments should be tradable and should be sold on the auction house. Event shops, you know, being, you know, like the 4 bill hard and whatnot, that's still an issue, obviously. Just inflation, the 100% ICOGs, you know, the white cubes, they're not there. I don't understand why 100% ICOGs are not in the event shop when Korea got it. That's really weird and stupid and really, you know, it's just for them to gatekeep that. I don't know. Kana being nerfed, legacy content, and then just the uncertainty of exclusive content like Galix, Commercy, and whatnot. So while this is a huge dub, I still think personally, I still think we should be fighting for Frenzy, and I think we should be fighting for familiars at the very like Grandis fams, you know, and whatnot. Like we need to see some meaningful change in period for the familiar system, okay? Because this shit has been ass on launch and it's not getting any better, you know. So while like, you know, having no cap for like Sol Erda is nice and all, or seemingly no cap, right? You still can't farm fams, right? And that's still a really big issue to go through and a big hurdle for players when they're playing this game, right? Because if you don't have any, you probably won't have any because you're going to be focused on grinding Sol Erda, right? So I think at the very least, you know, familiars do need to be added, like, or the system does need to be updated, and they need to like really look at that and make it better, right? But yeah, it was nice waking up to some good news this time around, you know. Again, still waiting for the Maple memo in GMS. I'm hoping for good news. I'm hoping that, you know, them explaining their rationale, you know, behind the changes now turns into, hey, you know, we're either removing the cap over here, or we're like also increasing it to 30K. We understand, you know, we're sorry, blah blah blah. But yeah, this is a huge dub. I'm glad we got together. I'm glad we stood for what we believe in, and we didn't accept a really stupid nerf to our version of the game only to be sold a solution. So good job, guys. The fight's still not over. Honestly, huge part of it is done, but it's still not over. So stay strong, all right? And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment your favorite part, and subscribe to the channel. Big thanks to Rooney, Eric Gritty, Justiceu, I Love Apple, JP, Joshua Alvarez, Pickle Mr. On Arc, Restrict, and Little Joke for being members and supporting the channel. That join button down below if you'd like to become a member to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.